So, the highly anticipated Procreate animation app has just released and... has been out for a couple months, and the reviews are mixed. Right now it has a lower score than flipaclip. Woof. So what do people have issues with? Have they been fixed these past months? What do I think of it? All will be answered, and more. While the app is incredibly packed with some really impressive features, there are many issues that I've come across that I'd like to bring up. So far, I'm really impressed with what Procreate has done, especially with its price. It's a one-time payment of $20, which is pretty good considering other options. Flipaclip subscription service. I want to address the issues I've had with it to hopefully have them fixed so this app can live up to its true potential. Now let's find out what sucks about it. The first issue I have is the lack of a lasso tool. If you don't know, this is a lasso tool. It allows you to select and transform anything you want on your drawing, and as of right now, that tool does not exist in Procreate Dreams. Now, that might not seem like such a big deal, but when you have to erase and redraw every single time you'd want to use a select tool, it gets really annoying. Want to get rid of part of the drawing? You have to just erase it. Want to resize the legs? No. Want to copy and paste the eye? Can't do that. That alone is such a detriment to the app and is everyone's #1 complaint. What is so confusing is that base Procreate has this. You have the technology. Procreate has said on Twitter that the select tool is their #1 priority. So it's good that they know they need to add it. But the fact that it's still not here makes me think that they're having so many issues with it. That's also why I think the app was released without it. I think they've had this problem throughout development and they've not been able to fix it. The second issue I have is that the app just seems really buggy, like it wasn't polished before release. Many times the canvas will glitch out, like your drawings will flicker or jitter, and white boxes will appear on screen. But the biggest bug I find is the issues with undoing and redoing. So it's pretty well known what these features do. Every paint stroke you make is something you can undo. Now, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but many times when undoing on Procreate Dreams, multiple strokes will be deleted in one undo, and it's never consistent. Sometimes it'll only delete one stroke, or sometimes you'll delete 20. You might want to undo the last couple of strokes, but instead delete your whole drawing. This is also where the white boxes are most prevalent. This makes using the app really inconsistent and a little janky. There was an update recently that changed the undoing and redoing aspect of the app, but I still find this issue present. Another issue with the app that they have acknowledged is the resolution problem. Now, the fact that they've talked about it means it might be intentional. Either way, the issue I'm talking about is how zoomed into the canvas you are determines the resolution. Meaning, if you draw something like this on the canvas, then zoom out and draw the same thing the same size, it will be blurry to varying amounts. While not the worst, it can be a little annoying or confusing to have different resolutions on the same drawing in animation. Maybe it could be used for perspective, who knows? Either way, it can be a little jarring switching from Procreate that doesn't work like this to Procreate Dreams that does. The final two issues I have is with the color drop tool and some layer settings. So in Procreate, if you want to quickly fill in a space with color, you just drag and drop the color from the right top corner. Now, if you do that, you might find a little white line in between the two areas. Ugh. I know. To fix this, when you drag and drop, you can hold and adjust how big of a space you want the color to take up so as to close up the gaps, and it creates a seamless color. In Procreate Dreams, we also have this feature.
Well, then what's the problem?
It doesn't work. It makes filling in color really annoying, especially with the last issue I have. Procreate Dreams is missing a lot of layer functions from base Procreate. While they might not seem like a big deal, you really start to miss them when they're not there. The features I'm talking about is Alpha Lock, Reference, and Merge. If you don't know what these do, here's a quick lesson. Alpha Lock makes it to where you can only draw on what you've drawn already. References use whatever layer you've activated as the reference for things like color dropping. And Merge lets you merge layers. You can get around the lack of alpha lock by using clipping masks, but it'd be a little easier if we could turn alpha lock on the tracks or layers. And reference would honestly just be really nice to have. And for merge, I'm a little surprised that you can't merge layers in this. I feel like that's pretty standard, but I've used all of like 4 apps, so. Now, real quick before getting into the ending thoughts, this is post-editor Rachel here. I thought it was fitting to make the whole thing in Procreate Dreams. So, yeah, everything you just saw was created in the app. And while working on that, I found a few other things that I really wanted to mention. So first, I wish that you could adjust how long a new drawing is. So right now, if I put in a new drawing, it automatically goes 1 frame. And if I'm making an animatic like this in 24 frames per second, it can be a little sucky to then every single time I put in a new drawing, I have to zoom in and then like adjust just the length that way and then zoom out. So it would be cool if you could adjust how many frames a new drawing takes. Second, so onion skinning, that works by frames and not drawings. I wish that you could make it where you can onion skin between drawings as well, because like right now I have onion skin turned on and I can't see that past drawing until like you go to the edge here, because that's like the frames. And it'd be nice if you could change it to be drawing based instead of frame based. The last thing I wanted to mention is that when you put so if you wanted to put in a new picture, so let's say I go here and I want to add El Chip, it automatically it puts the duration to the end, not only. It pushes everything that was in front of it just aside to make room for El Chip. So I wish you could adjust how long a new photo is, or at the very least it doesn't push things aside. Anyway, back to the ending thoughts. Now, saying that, I do not think Procreate Dreams is a bad animation app. I actually think it's very good, even though I've only been talking about the negatives. Procreate's brushes make it so much easier to draw, in my opinion, and while you can't create brushes in this app, it's super easy to import brushes from the base app. And don't even get me started on the performance mode. Delicious. And it's a lot easier to animate on this than a lot of other alternatives, especially for the price. But I do think this app still needs a lot of work, but you know, it was just released. Again, the lack of a Lasso Tool makes me want to tear my toes off. If they fix these issues, I think this app will be the greatest animation app in the App Store. I'm legitimately very much enjoying it. And that's why I wanted to make this video, so they'll hopefully improve some of the gripes that I've had with it. Please and thank you.